press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students. So today let us work out the sums on mode of grouped data. Mode. So in the previous class I had told you about the mean, all the three methods I taught using the formulas, direct method, assumed mean method and also step deviation method. Today let us see what is mode first. So in 9th standard you have learnt the meaning of mode and also you have calculated the mode for the ungrouped data. But in 10th standard, as you all know, you are going to concentrate more on grouped data. Understood? So first let us try to recall what is mode. Mode is what? Mode is nothing but oftenly or frequently obtained frequency. Okay, or we can say the value among the observation which occurs more often is called as mode. So when I give one example, you definitely will understand. That is the value of the observation having the maximum frequency. Okay, so that will be the mode. See, for example, we will see in your textbook they have given example 4. I will just explain that. The wicket taken by the bowler in 10 cricket matches are as follows. So 2, 6, 4, 5, 0, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3. And we will see how to find out the mode for this. Actually, this is ungrouped data. First, let us try to recall what you have studied in 9th standard. Okay. So, number of wickets, see there, let us see this, number of wickets and number of matches. Number of matches. So, here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the question they have not arranged it, we have to arrange it. See 0, how many number of matches, how many number of wickets? 0, only once, correct? So, number of match only 1. And the wicket, the number of wicket 1, so that is only 1 again, for this also 1. Then 2. Number of wickets 2 in how many matches? See there are 2. See here 3 times it has been occurred. 3 times it has been occurred. 3 times it has been occurred. So this is how much? 3. Next, number of wickets 3. How many times it has occurred? 3 has occurred 2 times. So, I will write. I hope you understood. Maybe you were not able to follow in this, but in this I think you followed. See, number of wickets 3. In how many matches? 2 matches. Next, 4. So, 4 has occurred only once. 5 has occurred only once. 6 has occurred only once. So, total how many matches? 10 matches. So, if you count here you will get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So, correct. So, you have done this in 9th standard. Try to recall it. Okay. Now, this is frequency distribution table. See, you can use frequency distribution table and find out this frequency. Correct. I hope you can try to recall it. Okay. Now, in this number of wickets taken by the bowler in the maximum number of matches. Which is the maximum number here? See, maximum frequency. See, this is the maximum number. 3 is the maximum number of matches. They have taken number of wickets is 2. So, what is the mode? Mode is 2. Okay. So, the mode in this data is 2. I hope it is clear. So, you have to find out the maximum value which has occurred here. So, 3 is the maximum value. So, just correspond to that you see the number of wickets, that is 2. 2 is the mode. So this is how we are finding the mode of the ungrouped data. But when you come to the group data, it's not that easy to find it here, because grouped means, see, you all know it will be like this: 5 to 10, 10 to 15, so 15 to 30, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, like this. So if suppose the frequency is 3, 2, 4, 1. So suppose the frequency is like this, then we cannot get the mode directly here, because see here, the frequency, the maximum frequency is, this class interval has the maximum frequency, that is 15 to 20. I hope it is clear. So the maximum frequency, which class interval it has, that is 15 to 20 has the maximum frequency. So here we cannot decide the mode there, because we cannot obtain the direct answer here, but 15 to 10, we will just obtain the modal class. This is called as modal class, modal class. So the class interval we can find out, but not the mode. Okay, so this is in grouped data. Now we'll find out the see, I'll just read out one more information in your textbook. It is possible that more than one value may have with the same frequency, maximum frequency. In such situation, the data is said to be multimodal. So the data is said to be multimodal. So if it is having more than one mode, then we can call it as multimodal. But in group data, though it occurs, multimodal also occurs in this also, but for time being we are considering only single mode. Okay, so we won't get the multimodal here, but you should know the the concept of multimodal. Multimodal means you will be having more than one mode. So in 9th standard you have learned that. Now by taking another example, we'll find out the mode of this ungrouped data. Sorry, group data. Ungrouped data you all know how to find out. So now we'll see how to find out the mode of the group data. So for that I am going to consider one example, that is example 5 from your textbook, and later on I am going to work out the exercise problem, that is 14.2, where we are going to find out both mean and mode. Okay. So let us do this example 5, so that you will understand the formula to find out the mode. Along with the explanation, I am going to just give each term, what is each term in that formula. Okay. Now let us find out mode of grouped data. So please refer example 5 in page number 273. Example 5, page number 273. A survey conducted on 20 households in a locality by a group of students resulted in the following frequency table for the number of family members in a household. So family size they have given. We'll write the family size. One to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 9, 9 to 11. Family size and number of families. 7, 8, 2, 2, 1. Okay, 20 household. Now just find out which is having the maximum frequency. So, the maximum frequency it has, see this one is having maximum frequency. First you have to identify this. First step you have to identify this. Okay, maximum frequency, that is 8. So, this group come under the maximum frequency, that is number of families come under this family size, that is 3 to 5. 3 to 5. Within 3 to 5 members, 8 families will come under that. So, that is the what we call maximum frequency it has. So, this will be the model class. Okay, 3 to 5 will be the model class. First thing what you have to do is you have to identify the model class. The first step what you have to do is you have to identify the model class. How will you identify the model class? You will find out the maximum frequency under which it falls, under which the class interval falls. So, here this is the model class for us. So, model class, which is the model class? Model class is 3 to 5. So, this is the model class. And now, first let me write the formula to find out the mode. So, mode is equal to, I will write here, mode is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. So, this is the formula to find out the mode. Okay. Let me repeat, mode is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. Now, I am going to explain each and every term now. Okay. Now, what is this L? L is nothing but lower limit of the model class. Lower limit of model class. Okay. I told you first you should identify, the first step is to identify the model class. So, to identify the model class you should see which is having the maximum frequency. So, this class interval 3 to 5 has the maximum frequency. So, that is the model class. So, model class is 3 to 5. Okay. Now, lower limit of the model class, that is L. L. So, what is the model, this one? 3. So, let me write within this so that we can work out there itself. So, I will write from here lower limit of model class, that is L. L is equal to 3. Now, first let us see what is F1. Next, see F1. F1 is the frequency of the model class. Frequency of the model class. So, that is F0, sorry F1. Okay. Okay. Now, frequency of the model class. So, let us see what is the frequency of the model class. See, this is the model class, then what is the frequency? This is F1. Okay, so what is the answer? 8. 8 is the model frequency of the model class. Okay. Now, let us see what is F0. F0 is the frequency of, see here, this one, frequency of the preceding frequency, that is of the model class. Okay. So, frequency of the, so F0 is the frequency of the class preceding the model class. Frequency of the class preceding the model class, So, this will be our F0. and this will be F2. Frequency of the succeeding of the modal class. Frequency of the succeeding of the modal class, and this is preceding, means you all know what the meaning of preceding and succeeding. See 4 is a middle term, this is predecessor number and this is the successor number. Okay, so preceding number. Now, so I hope you understood this. This is F0, F1, F2. So clearly we can write frequency of the preceding frequency of the class the modal class, that is F0. F0 is how much? F0 is 7. Then frequency of the class succeeding the modal class, that is F2. F2 is what? F2 is 2. Okay. Okay, now just see. Once again I will explain. First, modal class is 3 to 5. Lower limit of the modal class is 3, lower limit, and this is the upper limit, you all know. So lower limit is 3. Frequency of the modal class is 8. Frequency of the modal class, first you have to choose the modal class. This is F1, and frequency of the class preceding the modal class is 7, and frequency of the class succeeding the modal class is 2, that is F2. Now I hope you understood all the terms. H you are already familiar with H. H is what? H I will write here. H is the width of the class interval. Width of the class interval. So what is the width of the class interval? See, width of the class interval here. Width of the class interval. Okay, now what is the class size, or we can say it as class size, width of the class interval, it is 2, okay, 3 plus 1 by 2, that is 3 plus 1, 4, 4 by 2 is 2. Now you got all the values of this formula, now you have to substitute it, that's it. So mod is equal to L is what? Lower limit 3 plus F1 is what? 8 minus F0 is 7 divided by 2 into F1, 2 into F1 is 8 minus F0 is 7 minus F2 is 2 into H is how much? 2. So we will just simplify it. 3 plus 1 by 16 minus 7 minus 2. 16 minus 7 minus 2. So we will get okay 16, 9 minus 2, 7, 3 plus 2 by 7, 3 plus 2 by 7, okay. Now what you can do, 3 take the LCM, or 2 by 7 you can convert into decimal form and add, that is also easy, okay. Or you can take decimal 1 7 7 3 21 plus 2, that is 23 by 7. So 23 by 7 you will get a decimal point, that is 3.73 are 21, so 23 divided by 7, 7 3s are 21, 2, then 0.72s are 14, 6, 6 are 42, 7 7s are 49, 7 8s are 56. So you can find out for 2 decimal point, that is 28. 3.28, correct? Just check, 3.286 they have given. Okay, you can stop for 2 decimal point, or we can end it for 3 decimal point, maybe it 4, okay. 52. Like this you have to find out the mode. I hope it is clear, the formula is clear, and the abbreviation, that is L I have given here. What is L? I have told here, L is the lower limit of the modal class, and F1 is the frequency of the modal class itself, and F0 is the frequency of the class preceding the modal class, and F2 is the frequency of the class succeeding the modal class. See, if you write here, it will be easy for you. F1, F0, F1, F2 and the modal class. Simple it is, okay, it's very easy. So let us try to work out one problem from the exercise 14.2, and moreover you should know the difference between the mean and the mode. What is the difference between the mean and the mode? Just if you observe carefully the example 6 in your textbook, the same problem they have worked out, and mean they have got 62, and maximum number of students, that is mode, they have got 52. Mean they have got 62 and the mode is 52. So what is the main difference between the mean? So again it depends on the interest, or it depends on the demand, like do we want, see for example when the classroom is there, so I want to know the average marks obtained by the students, then I am going to take the mean. Suppose I want to know the maximum number of students have scored, what marks they have scored, the maximum number of students. So then I have to calculate the mode there. Okay. So they have given the this remarks also, please go through that. It depends on the demand of the situation, whether we are interested in finding the average mark obtained by the students or the average of the marks obtained by the most of the students. See, so that it depends on our interest or our demands. So I want to know the average marks of the students, then I am going to calculate the mean. If I want to know the maximum number of students, the average of the maximum number of students the marks has obtained, then I am going to find out the mode. I hope you understood the difference between the two. Okay. The whole class, the average of the whole class will be mean, but if I want to know the maximum number of students, the most of the students have scored, I want to know the average of those marks, then I have to calculate the mode. Okay, so you should know the difference between the mean and the mode. So let us try to work out the first one of exercise 14.2. Okay, first one. The following table shows the ages of patients admitted in a hospital during a year. Age in years: 5 to 15, 15 to 25, 25 to 35, 35 to 45, 45 to 55, 55 to 65. Number of patients: 6, 11, 21, 23, 14 and 5. Find the mode and the mean of the data given above. Compare and interpret the two measures of the central tendency. See, here they are asking you to find out the mode and the mean, and also they have asked you to compare it and also to interpret the results. Okay. Now, let us first find out the mode here. So, anyway, I am going to write this in the horizontal form. So, the first one, exercise 14.2, age in years. Number of patients. To 15, 25, 25 to 35, 35 to 45, 45 to 55, 55 to 65. Here 6, 11, 21, 23, 14 and 5. First let me find out the mode. So, what is the first step to find out the mode? So, you have to find out the maximum frequency. So, which is having the maximum frequency there? 23. 23 is the maximum frequency. So, now then we will identify the modal class. So, this is the maximum frequency it has. So, 35 to 45 is the modal class. Okay. Now, let us find out the mode then. Now, we have the formula here, L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 and H. So, let us go on finding the value of all that. So, according to the this one, modal class is this. So, let L is what? Lower limit. So, again I am not writing the explanation, and just orally I will tell you what is L. L is nothing but, so first let us write the modal class. Modal class is 35 to 45. So, since this is the modal class, lower limit will be 35. So, this will be F1 and this is F0 and this is F2. Okay, F0, F1, F2. Now, so here you can write F1 is 23, F0 is 21 and F1 is the frequency of the modal class. So, F1 is the frequency of the modal class 23 and F0 is the frequency of the preceding of the modal class. Okay, frequency of the class preceding the modal class, frequency of the class preceding the modal class. This is the modal class. So, preceding. So, F0 is 21 and F2 is the frequency of the succeeding of the modal class, correct? Frequency of the class succeeding the modal class, frequency of the class succeeding the modal class, that is F2. F2 is 14. Then what else we need? We need H. H is what? The class width. 15 plus 5 divided by 2. 20 divided by 2, that is 10. Okay, now let me work out here. Mode is equal to L. L is what? 35 plus F1. F1 is 23 minus 21 divided by 2 into F1. 2 into F1 is 23 minus 21 minus F2 is 14 into H. I hope you can see this. H. H is what? Sorry. H is 10. Okay, now 35 plus 23 minus 21. 2. Here 3 2s are 6, 2 2s are 46 minus here 5 35 into H 10. Okay, 35 plus 2 by here 11, 6 minus 5 1, 11 into 10. Okay, now so let me continue here. 35 plus 20 by 11, so 35 plus, so you can convert this into decimal. 20 divided by 10, so it will be 1 point something, 1.8. Okay, so 20 divided by 11, Seven 8s are 88, 1.8. So this will be 36.8. You can stop here or you can continue 20. So 11 ones are 11, like that. So okay, 36.8. You can stop here or you can one more decimal you can put. So what is our mean there? Mode. We are calculating the mode. Mode is equal to 36.8 years. See, since it is in years, you have to write. Mode is 36.8. Okay. Next, we are going to find out. This you can write approximate, because we won't get approximate. Okay. We can stop here only for one decimal or two decimals. So now we will proceed how to find out the mean. Okay, let us see how. So as usual, using step deviation method, you can find out the mean. Okay, so let us find out. So this I am going to wrap. I hope you understood how to find out the mode, the first sum which I have done it now. Okay, so be clear. So first write the formula, then decide what are the terms. What are the values of those terms, then by using this table, then substitute, simplify it. Okay. So I am going to rub this, but keep this mode. We have mode as, so we need to find out, we need to compare it, isn't it? So I will write this 36.8 years approximate. I am going to rub this now. Okay, for mode, already I am going to rub this details. So what are the columns? Next, class mark, then DI, then comes UI. One more. Class mark. Okay, middle term, class mark 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, next DI. So here since 6 terms are there here, 6 values. So I told you in the previous class, you can take the middle one, but here we cannot exactly take the middle one. So you can take either 30 or 40, anyone. So no problem, if you take 30 also okay, 40 also no problem. Okay, so I have taken it as 40 now. Now 40, so this will be xi minus a, sorry, xi minus a. So xi minus a, 10 minus 40 minus 30, then 20 minus 20 minus 10, 0, 50, 10, 20. Then UI, you all know how to find out, xi minus a divided by h. What is h here? H is the class size, that is 10, 15 plus 5, 20 divided by 2, so it is 10. So here when you divide it by 10, this will be simpler. You know, isn't it, which method I am following? Step deviation method to find out the mean, because in your textbook they have asked you in this question 14.2, they have asked you to find out the mode as well as mean, just to interpret the results. So because of that, okay, divide by 10 minus 3, divide by 10 minus 2, divide by 10 minus 1, 0, 1, divide by 10, 2. Next, fi xi, sorry, ui, fi ui, fi ui. So this and this multiply. So 6 3s are minus 3 into 6 is minus 18, 11 2s are minus 22, minus 21, 0, 14 1s are 14, 5 2s are 10. So let us find out sigma fi ui. Okay, now so we'll add all the minus terms, 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 61, minus 61, and here 24 plus 24. Okay, 11. Now here 11 minus 4, 7, and here 5, 3, 37 minus 37, because greater number sign will get minus 37. Okay, now we have this as minus 37, that is sigma fi ui is equal to minus 37. And what about this sigma fi? Since they have given in the question, I hope so. Okay, they have not given. Okay, they have not given. So you can find out 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 plus 6, 20, 2, 6, 7, 8, 80. So they have not given in the textbook. Sigma Fi is 80. Now you all know the formula to find out the mean. Okay, mean is equal to, write the formula, A plus sigma Fi Ui divided by sigma Fi into H. Okay, write the formula first, then substitute the value. A, what is A? 40 plus sigma Fi is minus 37 divided by 80 into H, H is 10. So you can cancel 0, 0. 40 plus, okay. Now let us find out the decimal. 37 divided by 8. 8 4s are 32. 5. 8 6 are 48. 2. 8 2s are 16. So you can stop here. 14. 4.62. Okay. But sorry, but here it is minus, don't forget this. So you will get minus here because plus into minus is minus. So 4.62, 4.62. Okay. Now what is the, you all know how to subtract. 0, 0, 4.62, subtract this because minus sign is there here. Now 8, 3, 5, 3, 35.38 years. Okay, 35.38 years. See, this is the mean. Now just how will you interpret it? So how can you interpret it? See, mean, how much we got? Mean we got 35.38 years and mode is 36.8 years. So you have to write the both the thing. So how will you write the answer? Because the next part, compare and interpret the two measures of central tendency. Two measures means here which one? Mean and mode. So here what you have to write is mode is 36.8 years and mean is 35.38 years and maximum number of patients admitted in the hospital, maximum number of patients admitted in the hospital are of the age how much? That is mode. Maximum number of patients, see they have given in a textbook the what is this? The data is about the age of the patients admitted in the hospital during a year, correct? So what you have to write is maximum number of patients admitted in the hospital are of the age 36.8 years approximately, okay? And while the average, this is what mean is what? Average. So average, on average the age of the patients admitted to the hospital is how much? 35.38 years. I hope you understood the meaning of interpretation, compare and interpret. So you have to write that statement, okay? You have to write that statement, then only your answer will be completed. What you will write? So for the mode is what actually? I told you at the beginning of this class, mode is nothing but the maximum number of frequency. I told you more often the value which we will get is a mode. So you have to write the maximum number of patients, admitted in the hospital are of the age 36.8 years approximately. But on an average, the age of the patients admitted to the hospital will be 35.38 years. Okay. So this is how you have to work out. So let us continue in the next class. Thank you.